that you accepted this invitation. Could you tell us something about yourself and something about your background?
Yeah, so I am a mum of three, hence me sitting outside because they're all inside on calls with their teachers and their schools, so I had to find my quiet space. So a little bit of my background is that I used to work in special ed, so that's where I started my shall we say entrepreneurial life, because I didn't just stay in one job. I went from one job to the next in that school, and I created for them events, fundraising events, and then I set up a residential camp for special needs kids and adults. And I did 100 other things in there, and I realized that, hey, 1 second, there's more to life than this one school. So I opened up a beauty salon for some odd reason, because I was doing makeup as a side hustle because I liked it, I enjoyed it, it was creative, and I just enjoyed that bit. So when I thought I want to go out and do my own thing, I thought, right, there's my path. And so I did that, and let's just say it was the most unfulfilling thing I've done in my life. So I didn't stay there very long, and I then started down this online business venture. And oh my goodness, it was a journey, and it still is a journey, but yes, that's my background.
Yeah, so I could say that I was also trying to do my personal business, and I've done that in my country, in Moldova, which I'm originally from, and here in the UK. And I found that very struggling and exhausting. And in parallel to that, I had to go to a full-time job. And I realized my energy is limited. So I decided to cancel that business and just focus on my family and my full-time job, which also was not fulfilling at all. And I was, very disappointed at a certain moment. So what was your main motivation to start an online business? How did you find that it is for you, and how did you start your journey?
I wasn't looking to start an online business. I had no idea what it would give me. I wasn't even looking for it, but these ads that come up on YouTube, the ones that we're doing right now. So an ad came up, and I never watch ads. That's the weird thing. I never watch them. I always press skip in the first 5 seconds, or the quickest I possibly can. But this guy was offering me a solution to building a business, but also feeling fulfilled. And I think there he caught me, because that's where I was coming from. I was coming from a place where I was completely, totally unfulfilled, right? And so he was saying I can have both, and it just was like an eye opener for me. So that's really what got me started on this journey. That's where I started.
Yeah, me too. Actually, when I started going through the modules, my mind was blown out when I was listening to Stuart, how beautifully and harmoniously he could represent creating a lifestyle which will integrate all aspects of your life and bring you purpose, meaning, and fulfillment. And that was what I was looking for all my life, to integrate all these aspects in my life and feel not exhausted and doing something that is just to survive, but doing something that brings you meaning in life. And Mirelle, what was the most challenging thing, or maybe more things, within your journey? And how long are you on this path, by the way?
So I'm going to answer this question by going back to the topic you were talking about. Stuart, which is our mentor, Stuart always says, don't do this to become the next successful bastard or bitch. Like, don't do this because you want money, basically, and that's it. And I think this was my biggest struggle, because I was doing this to make money. This was my business. So what do you mean don't do this to make money? Like, what are you on about? And every time he used to say, or any of the mentors, any of our coaches, plenty of them say, it's not about the money. It's not about the money. And every time they said that, I threw a paddy in my mind. I went bonkers. What do you mean? Like, what did I sign up for? Are you mad or something? Like, what do you want? And I think that was the thing that really held me back for a long, long, long time, because yes, I was after the money, and I was building up a business where I was looking at the numbers and the figures. I was looking at the technical stuff, like how to, what to, like all of that. And it was making me feel worse and worse every single day, until I had to actually stop doing it, because I was in such a downward spiral rut that, like, it took me completely not where I wanted to go, right? And then I started listening some more. And yes, we hear these things all the time. It's not about the money. And we hear, if you want to do something you've never done, you have to do things there. And it's about becoming the person, right? You have to be, and then do, and then have. And all these lessons that keep coming up for us time and time and time again. The more calls that we go on, the more we hear this. And yeah, I accepted it for what it was, but and I remember having a call with one of our coaches, Justin, and I said, Justin, honestly, like, big deal what's going on inside my head. Why can't I just get these numbers up and going? Like, so what? What? Anyway, so you can hear the frustration that went on along my journey. I was so frustrated, because you don't have to be a rocket science to do this. The steps are rather simple. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. But where we fall, where there's a disconnect, and where there was a disconnect in my journey was my purpose and my values and the business I was building. It wasn't connected at all. And as crazy as that sounds, the minute that changed, the whole thing changed, like 180 degrees. So I will tell people very confidently, it is not about the money. The money will flow. It's about serving people. And like, if you're in the mindset of serving people, then there's hundreds of ways of serving people in this field, in this one field that we're in. Yes, setting up and running an online business. There's so many ways you can serve people. And the minute I changed my mindset to this, to serving others, do you know how many different avenues I've gone down? Each of them helping business owners, or helping people just start from scratch, or helping people who have started but they're getting lost, like, I can help them, and I do. And some of them I do for free, and some of them, yes, I get paid. Believe it or not, I get paid. And some of them I just do because that's so in line with who I am and my values and my purpose. So there you go. Yes.
Wonderful.
That's my passionate share.
And how long are you on this path?
I joined the SFM in 2016, so we're talking about 4 years. And the longer it took me to get that mindset healthy and balanced, the longer it took me to get the success I was after. So I'm still on my journey, but I have built my journey so that I have now created roadmaps to success for people. I have created marketing content for people. No, the foundations of the marketing content. I have created mindset groups, where we talk about getting out of our heads, and all of this was based off the knowledge, information, tools, techniques we get taught over there.
Yeah. And I totally resonate with you, what you have shared now about finding alignment and meaning and purpose in this marketing. And for me, it was also difficult to figure it out which way I have to deliver my message to the world, because we want to do something meaningful, and it is not, indeed, it is not about the money. Because if you want fulfillment, you have to feel that you are in service with people and you can impact in a very positive way somebody's life. And actually this community is all about that, to impact people and help them to reach to a point of happiness, joy, and fulfillment. And what was my next idea? 1 second. Mirelle, how did this education within almost 4 years for you change your personal life?
So personally, I think it took me down the personal development route. And this is what I guess I spoke about. I am two different people. I am just not the same person I was when I started out. I don't have the same, my life has changed like 180 degrees. And I know it's cliche and I know people say this, but you know, like now, lockdown especially, yeah, it's like time for me to reflect. And I'm looking at the things around me and my kids and my husband and my family and stuff like that. And I'm thinking, you know something, had this lockdown happened 4 years ago before I started, I would have lost the plot by now. No, I would have seriously been probably on the way to the psychiatric ward or something near to there, right? I cannot imagine going through this lockdown 4 years ago. So that's what I mean by it has changed drastically. Veronica, I'm going to go inside and put my laptop on the charger because it's going to die in a minute.
Right.
So
yeah. So you think your education up to now made you more prepared for this lockdown and the economical crisis we are going through now?
And you know something?
Why do you feel more confident now? What?
So that is the personal development route that I went down. I really, really, really took it seriously, like seriously in the fact that like I don't respond on knee-jerk reactions. I now respond by alignment. So if something's not aligned with me, I will know straight away and I'll do whatever I need to do. If something is just like tweaked out, I'll tweak it back into its place. So I'm operating from a completely different place. And on a financial stance, you know how they talk about skill sets? Yeah, so they're talking about this a lot, that the economy is going to change from job economy to skill economy. And I think I'm proof of the pudding, because over the last 4 years that I've been learning new skills, I'm now putting them into practice in a way that's serving people tremendously, but it's also making me, you know, financially stable. You know, and it's all based on skill. Like you say, it's just skill. I'm teaching people how to be successful, how to take their business to the next level, how to take from a dream to a business. You know, that's all it is. Simple. But, you know, it's worth it.
Yes, it is worth it. And, you know, now on the co-founders of this platform, they launched another platform. We give people a lot of tools and resources and mentorship. And what do you think would, what do you think the impact of this platform can change people's life or bring them value? How do you think people will benefit of this education and all resources?
You know, when they launched this new platform, I was so pumped. I couldn't sleep all night. And like I said, I don't like to, I now learn how to get in touch with my feelings and why they are and what they are. And the reason why I was so pumped was because I know without a shadow of a doubt that if somebody is ready to take responsibility for their future and their future success and what they want their future to look like, then this platform will give them everything they need. And it sounds mental, and it looks mental, and it is mental, and it's way too good to be true. But look, we are just a product of this platform, aren't we, right? And as crazy as it sounds, you just got to see it to believe it. That's it. That's all I'm going to say, because there's no way I can, like I said this to a couple of people, I don't like to convince people that this is the platform for you and this is going to make you and this is going to, I'm not into convincing or manipulating or anything like that into people's minds. And it's like, just see it for yourself. They give plenty free products for you to just get a taster, let's say, for you to just get a taster. See, I'm not here to convince you. Try it,
Yeah, and it is not officially launched. It is just a beta version, so to let people know at what stage is it. But still, if you are interested, you may look on the description of this video, and you can find the links there. And there is a 30-day guarantee, and for 30 days you can get money back if you will find that this is not for you. And indeed, it is not for everybody. Not everybody is ready to. I think first of all, you have to have specific mindset to do this activity and business, because it is not get something like get rich quick. Far from that. It requires a lot of sweat, blood, and tears.
Yes.
A certain level of success, but it is very worth it.
Yeah. Got to be in it to know exactly what you're talking about. All those tears and sweat and frustration, it's all there. But you know what the nice bit is? That there's always somebody there to help you get up again, because we're going to fall. Come what may, whatever you're going to do, you fall. The trick is like getting back up again. And in this platform, there's always somebody, whether it's one of the community members, one of the coaches, one of the mentors, there's somebody there to pick you up again, or to show you how. And that's what I find so amazing as well.
Yes, and the beauty on this platform is that everybody can be useful, and when you start, you just consume and learn, and you feel like look, you get so much support and encouragement and help, and you feel like you need to give back.
Yeah.
There are a lot of members like us, and we can help each other. And it is amazing because you are in a space of like-minded people, and it is so much easy to progress and succeed when you are in this environment. How do you find? Yeah.
People don't get the value of a like-minded community. It's not even something that you can explain, but it's something so madly powerful. Imagine it's something like, take two people who are, let's say they're in a not a very good place in their lives, and they're sitting on the streets, and all they do all day is smoke and drink whatever it is, right? And they're sitting together. You can imagine the conversations that are going on between them and what outcomes come from between them. Yeah. Now imagine the flip side of that. You take two successful people, two people who are ready, two people who are motivated, two people who are like on fire, and you put those two people in a room, it's like, oh my goodness, right? And we have access to a whole community of such kinds of people. So when we have conversations, then it filters one on top of the other. So like somebody will start a conversation saying this idea or, you know, like a thought, and then the next one comes and builds on that, and then the next one builds on that, and you've like built empires just in a conversation.
Yeah, and totally resonate. For me, what interesting thing is that more I am in this space, more idea come up into my mind, because it's difficult for you by your own to figure out your path and journey, and especially when you don't have experience. But the more you listen to those people and you come on the calls, so you can learn from other people who make maybe their mistakes, and you already know what you should not focus on, and that makes your progress more faster and not so challenging, not so many mistakes you can.
It's also the questions that get asked in the group. They're high level questions, you know, they're like the next level already, and so you learn off other people's questions, and it's just a whole different level, and you don't get it. You can't possibly get it. You just have to get in there and have a look what it's like.
Yes. And of course, being open-minded, that means you have to be ready to catch the idea, because it's not obvious that nobody will show you the path or what exactly you have to do. You have to figure it out somehow. But there are so many resources, I think years to sit and learn and watch the videos and trainings out there. And it's easy to get lost and confused what exactly you have to focus on. So how it was for you, because when I started, a lot of time I was educating myself and learning, and it took me a while to figure it out, what actions I have to take to make a movement and create something, which I've done with my YouTube channel. It took me some months to take this, to get the courage and confidence and the knowledge which I needed to start doing that. How it was for you, Mirelle?
It's about focus, isn't it? So it's about staying focused on the part. I think that naturally I'm quite a focused mind, like I have quite a focused mind. So when I know where I'm going, I go. The thing that always holds us back is overwhelm. And then, you know what overwhelm is? Just not knowing how to go the next step, right? That's all overwhelm is. But like I said, because we're surrounded by people, like-minded people, so I'll go in and I'll say, I've lost my footing. And then somebody will reach out and say, let's help you get back on again. So I would say connection with a community was one of my big go-tos when I got lost. But also, I think creating plans, you know how they do like the challenges, 30-day challenge, 90-day challenge. And so you lay out for yourself every single day what you're committed to doing, right? Those really helped with focus, really, really helped with focus.
Yeah, that's great. And for me as well, it is a challenge how to get focused because sometimes I get distracted and I spread myself too thin on different platforms and paths. Mirelle, what would be your advice and final thoughts to people who are listening to us? And yeah.
I would say ask yourself the question why. Keep asking yourself the question why. Okay. Keep asking yourself the question why you're doing what you're doing. Why you want what you want. What is it you want? You know, like I would say, be madly intentional on what you're doing and what outcomes it's going to produce. And that's it. Like that should keep you on your track.
Wonderful. Because, you know, why it is important to think about your why.
Yeah.
Why it is important, because for me, when you get stuck and when it becomes too difficult or too overwhelmed, it is easy to give up and quit and think, oh, it's not for me.
Mm-hmm.
But when you make an assessment of your life and you look back, why did you start this transformation? And then you understand what is the most important in my life and what is expecting me in 10 or 20 years of life if I will not make this change today.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you are a parent and you have children, and you know, if you will give up, children will not have that confidence. Maybe subjective, but I reflect on my children. They will model and copy me. I am their example, inspiration. And if I will stop doing that because I find it difficult or overwhelming or I don't trust myself, then how can I encourage them to believe in themselves? So I think this is my why.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, as long as you just keep in touch with that why and go and operate from there, then you're always on the right track.
Yes, and this keeps you motivated and gives you energy and power to move forward. Wonderful, Shreya. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for inviting me. I really enjoyed this. This was a lot of fun.
Me too. And we will leave the links of Mirelle's website. And if you have other platforms, you can access in the description below this video.
Yep.
And be resourceful, open-minded, reach out to us, ask questions, everything you need, ask, and don't hide yourself or think that it is a scam or somebody tries to manipulate you. Just give yourself that credit to explore and at least to find out closer what is it about we are doing and how this can change your life, especially nowadays when you need to upskill yourself. Maybe you need to find another way of income because lots of us, we lost our jobs, and companies are changing their strategies. They are going to implement a lot of technologies, so we have to be at that level which we will can help the companies and maybe we will can help ourselves. We wish you good luck in this journey and thank you for joining us. And please like, share, subscribe, and leave comments. Have a lovely day. Bye.